with no publisher, no advertising campaign. I launched it before I had an audience. If people aren't sharing it on their own, then it's not worth promoting.
Today, I'm starting a new series where I talk about how successful authors sell their books. It's on Amazon. So we are starting with this guy, Alex Hormozi. And I'm going to break down his blueprint of success on Amazon with this book, 100 million offers. Just take a look at this graph. This shows how many books he has sold for the past 2 years. As you can see, the average bestseller rank is 4,766. So I got to study the things he did to get his books to sell over 1 million copies on Amazon within a very short period of time. So step 1 is nail the problem and the promise. You see, most people write books that feel good to them, but may not address something that is urgent or painful to the reader. Alex Hormozi's book isn't just about business tips. It's a promise to help people create irresistible offers that can skyrocket their businesses. He promises to help you make $100 million worth of offers. And that's not vague, that's actually very specific, right? So the takeaway from this is that before you start writing any book, ask yourself, what is the burning problem this my book will solve for the person that is going to read it? And what specific promise am I making? If this is not clear and valuable, people are not going to buy it, especially in the non-fiction market. The second step is the title and the cover have to shout, "Pick me." Now just take a look at this. Does it grab your attention? So if I was to analyze his cover, you realize that he made sure that the 100 million offers stood out with this particular image that is here. So you can see how easy and simple the cover looks. So if I was to rate this cover, I'll rate it a 7 out of 10. So the takeaway from this is that whenever you think of a title or you want to create a cover, make sure you create something that is going to grab people's attention in seconds. And ideally, your title should answer 2 questions. What is in for me and why is this different? This is very important because how your book looks like will determine if people scroll past it or if they click on it. So step 3 is to focus on high quality content that over deliver. If you have read this book before, you realize that Alex did not just give out surface stuff, he went deep. This book is loaded with actionable steps and examples, and Alex did not hold anything back, and people love that. And that is the primary reason why people recommend this book, people write reviews about it, and they talk to their friends about it. So the takeaway from this is that you have to think about how you can over deliver when it comes to the content of your book. My favorite saying is that make sure that you over deliver on the promise of your title and your cover. In fact, the person that buys your book after going through it will be like, wow, I never expected this book has so much value. So the point is that the more valuable your book is, the higher the chances of people that buy your book to become the promoters of your book. So step 4 is to build an audience through social media, podcasts, and other channels. So by the time the book was going to be launched, people were already invested in what he had to say. So the takeaway from this is that you should start building your audience early. I talked about it in my previous video. I'll leave the link in the description. So you could build an audience through social media, through a newsletter, or even through podcasts, so that when the launch comes, you already have a bunch of audience that are ready to buy your book. So step 5 is to use social proof and testimonial. So one of the smartest things Alex did was that he leveraged on testimonials and case studies in his marketing. Seeing the real result of people that applied the strategies in this book made the book more irresistible to the potential readers. As a matter of fact, in chapter 7 of this book, the whole chapter is dedicated to asking people to help him review his book on Amazon. So don't be surprised when you see the thousands of reviews he had, because he actually asked people to help him review his books. So the next step, which is step 6, is to leverage on Amazon SEO. Amazon is not just an online store, it's also a search engine for books and other items. One of the key things that Alex did for his book was that he made sure that the title, the subtitle, the description, the 7 back-end keyword, and the categories helped his book rank high on Amazon. So the takeaway from this is that when you're about to publish your book on Amazon, make sure that you use keywords that people are actually looking for. I will also leave a link in the description of a video I made on how you can get your book to rank on Amazon, even if you are not running ads. And by the way, if you have not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button right now. So the 7th step is that you create engaging content that build interest. Alex has done a ton of interviews, podcasts, short videos. You will see him everywhere on the internet, and he always makes sure that he makes reference to the concept he has in his book. And when you hear about the book, you are already intrigued and you just want to know what the book is about. So the takeaway from this is that when you are building your brand on social media, make sure you share value-based content that reflects the core idea of your books. You can do it on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, as a newsletter. You just name it, whatever channels you choose to use. The key thing is that you give people a taste of what your book looks like. So the next logical step is to actually buy your book and get a full understanding of the concept. So step 8 is that you have to start the launch strategy, a push within the first week of your book's release. Don't just launch your book on Amazon and just let it go. Make sure that you run a campaign for your book, run ads on it. If you want to do a discount, you can do a discount on your book. You can also get your audience to go and buy the book that you have published, especially in the first week, and giving them good incentives. And let your audience know the first time your book is live on Amazon. All this thing helps Amazon algorithm push your book more to other readers, because when they notice that your book is on fire, people are buying it, they begin to push your book more and more to other people. So if you are interested in writing your own book, but you don't know where to start from or the kind of tools you should use, then you should watch this video here where I show you the 5 major tools everybody needs to use if they want to publish their book on Amazon.